Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the hottest morning show in the history of breakfast television. And by the way, yes, I am glad to be here with all of you and the lovely, the elegant, the welcome back to work. Of course, she was here yesterday. Winfred, yay!
Good morning, Mazina. It was definitely great
much.
to be back and here. No, it's not great to be here with you, to be honest. Because I'm simple ice cream. Baba went AWOL. Anyways, let's get ready to kickstart another fantastic filled day with laughter, entertainment, and of course a delicious breakfast because we have our chef standing by.
Well, guys, we will tell you the in-story to what she just said maybe later, but do stay tuned. It's absolutely a fantastic day. And speaking of breakfast today, we've got Mike somewhere around here. He'll be joining us in just about a bit. I think he's going to be manning our chef. But how was your leave?
It was amazing.
I visited your town. Yes, I was in Benin.
Okay. Oh, that you're acting strange.
No, I was watching where I was going because there's plenty of avian there. But how was your leave?
It was amazing. It was beautiful. It was not so restful, to be very honest.
Okay.
It was, yeah. I was under the weather for most of it. Then I got back to work and all of that.
Yes.
So yeah. It was
And work she did get to while she was on leave because we saw you all over the place on social media, on television, at pageants, yours, theirs, everybody's.
Yeah, everybody.
It was grand. Fantastic. Congratulations, Winfrey. And congratulations to you guys for joining us. That's right. We'll also be joined by some very special guests here on the show from the world of arts and more. So stay tuned because you never know who might be stopping by on our show.
Staying tuned, make sure you grab your coffee, right? Because it's about to be a very fantastic morning on your #1 breakfast show right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's the Mazina and Winfrey show. You can call it that. Hey, it's meant to wake you guys up the right way. What? Isn't it? It is.
Totally is.
I get the stuff. I get it. But in any case, it's going to be an unforgettable morning. Of course, we said it before. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And my name is Winfrey Agbelashie. You can definitely catch the show live on GOTV. You can definitely find us on channel 16 and UHF channel 49.
Stream the show live, tvcentertainment.tv on YouTube and also on Facebook as well at TVC Connect.
All right, we also have an app you can download on the Android and iOS stores.
Yes.
Talking about apps reminds me of Mazino's voice in obstructing my YouTube video. But that's another note.
Love you, make my money. Anyhow, you can watch us anywhere, so do make sure that you do so at your convenience. Now, for what is happening today for an Artsy Thursday Arts Display, we have Adora, a self-taught multidisciplinary media and visual artist with a remarkable talent for crafting visually compelling and emotionally evoking works of art. Well, welcome once again. It is a Thursday edition. Mr. Mike, I haven't seen you since last week Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And Winfrey, I haven't seen in almost a month.
Yeah.
I discovered something, guys. And I said this to my wife yesterday, I have a very bad memory. Very, very bad.
You've always had all this.
No, I think I've always had, but I've never accepted it. I think accepting is one way to making it better.
Yeah.
Because I forget
Of
stuff
anything.
easily,
That's
especially
not gonna be an
especially when it's outside of work.
What happened?
Wait, now let me first lay the carpet.
Let it out. Talk to me. Therapy
Oh,
session.
jeez.
Oh, yeah.
To first start.
You went to Festa?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
This is my
Yeah.
mother-in-law.
Okay.
So I was there for a few days.
Okay.
And I said, the last time I was first like this, bro said, oh, next time you come here. And I said, okay, let me eat it all.
I get that thing. When next you're coming to my city, let me know where you are.
Where are you? Where are you?
Look, that thing is the biggest scam.
Okay, see, let me say this.
The funny thing is that he even said, oh, no, don't worry. And everything. Oh, once I'm not around now, once I'm around.
Hey.
Okay.
He
Then
didn't
what
just come
happened?
back and say,
So
okay, see,
Mike, let me
I'm
talk
sorry,
now.
Did you
I'm
now
sorry.
call? Did you call? What happened? You called him.
He said, my brother just
He didn't pick the phone.
blank.
He didn't pick the phone. What? That's no. He didn't pick the phone.
No, I didn't. Not that I didn't pick the phone. I just forgot.
It was blank.
I forgot. Winfrey, I am sorry. I mean, it would have been
You see,
the
this
best.
is a good thing to do. Unresolved issues. You know, let it out.
Table is, of course.
That's why I'm
We
apologizing.
shall forever be
Are you
table
done?
is.
You need to get it out.
Me?
Drop it.
As long as my leave. How much my leave?
You people are not on my side. Please, can we do the weather real quick? We'll attend to this after because they don't want me to. But let's do the weather. Maybe somewhere inside of there, I'll tender my apology to her.
Morning, it's the news on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Mike Mesikeno. Students of the University of Lagos have vowed to continue to protest until reduction in their hiked school fees. Senior correspondent Sharon Ijason was at the protest and now reports.
Calm atmosphere on the campus of the University of Lagos, Unilag in Akoka, Lagos, southwest Nigeria. By a few minutes past 8 in the morning, the students commenced protest over hike in their school fees by Unilag management. The protesting students moved from the Unilag junction despite the downpour in the early hours of the day.
We are saying that NANS needs to meet the students that are protesting. Before you go for any meeting, what do you know that you want to go and discuss with the management? We had a meeting with the management. We have two recommendations. One, halt this fee. And the second thing is to have a joint committee of all stakeholders on campus. We have 400, we have 20, it is going to continue. The voice of dissent is very, very important in the democracy.
If NANS officers have met with the Vice Chancellor that yes, there's going to be a meeting, the response should be, we're going to reach out to our students and get back to you. That is the principle of democracy. It's not that some form of leadership will just call off things, because Unilag students are not tabs.
I met Jelili Ojewole, an undergraduate student in the Department of Linguistics and Yoruba. He said he is a self-sponsored student and will not be able to pay the new fees charged by the university.
But I cannot afford it. That is all the truth. I will just drop out. I've been telling this to people that after Kenikon, they did not reply me because they feel like it's left to you. Decide for yourself. Most of us, that's the big truth. We will just drop out and start, or we should join people are on the streets. We start walking on the streets.
The Dean of Student Affairs in the institution said the management will have a meeting with the National Association of Nigerian Students, NAS, on Thursday, the 14th of September, for a way out of the logjam.
It's not going to be discussed on the street of Lagos. It's to come to the table and then we dialogue. And I think part of it is what you started with, that you've heard that NANS will be meeting with management. So that's, of course, further demonstrates that we are open to dialogue.
Jelili and other students are hopeful that there will be a fruitful dialogue to ensure students resume for a new academic session in October. Sharon Ijason, TVC News.
Now to foreign stories. Ukraine says Russian naval targets and port infrastructure have been hit in an attack on its Black Sea fleet in Crimea. Russia earlier claimed Ukraine had launched 10 missiles and 3 unmanned boats in the attack. It caused a large fire at a Sevastopol shipyard, which left 24 people injured, Russia said. The Moscow-installed governor claimed most of the weapons were intercepted, but that 2 ships had been destroyed. Ukraine strongly implied Western-supplied cruise missiles were used in the attack, one of the biggest on the Black Sea fleet since the war started. Unmanned vessels are known by many different names, including sea drones and drone boats, operate on or below the water. They usually have built-in explosives and cameras that feed directly back to the person controlling them.
Well, good morning and welcome again. It's time for What's Up and About. And it's in your face. You can't run away from it. If you've been on social media lately, there's been so much talk about the passing of 27-year-old Nigerian musician Mohbad. And there's so much talk going on that it's very, very confusing. It's causing whiplash, quite frankly. There's talk about contracts and record labels. There's talk about underlying there's no talk about underlying ailments that he might have had. And that's where I wanted to start this conversation from. It's very, very sad that the young man has passed. However, there's so much talk about, people telling that this was caused by treatment from his record label and specifically Naira Marley. I do not espouse to treatments that he might have had from his record label. There's some videos that went about of him being harassed and this and that, and plenty of complaints, even one where his father had to come beg on his behalf, his record label boss, Naira Marley. So I can imagine how all of this can cause a situation that can lead to an illness. But I think matters should be separated and attended to one by one. Unfortunately, he's no longer here, but there's still so much that needs to be addressed. whether with Naira Marley, whether with the industry in general regarding contracts and how they're signed and what the exit clauses are and how you can attend to them when the time is here, and what rights individual singers have and what rights record label owners also have on their artists. I still have plenty to say, but I want to see what you guys think. Mike, anything?
So, where do we go? So, first of all, if it would have been nice in the case like this, an autopsy was performed on him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that can't happen.
Yes, but then the reports that he wasn't Muslim.
No, it wasn't.
So why the rush?
Rush.
You know, because of course if it's based on Muslim rights and Muslim traditions, it's the next 24 hours, right? Or so. So if he wasn't, I don't know if he was. But let's, for me, it's about the media, not just media or the attention drawn to this, but it was quite obvious that he wasn't really okay.
Yes.
Even industry. So an industry, as it were, if we call it an industry, that means that they are industry heads, they are industry captains, and they are industry leaders, as it were, people that can influence other people. Why wasn't this called out earlier? In such a way that we saw interviews where the guy was really off it, and there was a claim that it was drugs, that he was on drugs and all of that. The attention given now, maybe if it was given a little bit earlier, this might not.
You know, things like this always happen, where after the passing of people. I mean, even I think sometime yesterday I saw it of how his songs on streaming platforms have literally skyrocketed and all of that after his passing. So it's really sad. Things like this usually happen. I know, yes, there are speculations that we can find the whole situation of him not being Muslim, why the rush to bury him. So now people are also coming out to say that, yeah, perhaps it's possible that they're trying to hide things and everything. There was also a rumor about how they're now blaming his wife.
Oh, yeah, then there was that.
Who has been with him since they were in secondary school for killing him. So there's just so much going on. There's so much so it's for me, you know how a story drops and then you think, okay, fine, with time it will fade
Every
off.
fourth
But
post now is a Mohbad post.
Everything seems to just be erupting. And the truth is, I believe with time, the truth will come out. Because I also saw another post from one of his friends that came to be a close friend of him, actually talking about how it's not an ear infection, it was not an injection and everything, they killed him. Just things going on about that. But I feel with time, all of that will honestly
I also think that there are certain details that are not being told. That's why the story is all over the place and not very incongruous.
Is there any single person that would have, nobody will have all the details.
True.
For me, the truth will never be found out because there is no chance for an autopsy.
I'll tell you something, however. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful how physical you get with people. As a young man, very haughty young man, Mazino Appeal, I once had this instance where I had taken my car to the workshop, and it was a very organized workshop. But this man, gentleman, I will say, was finding it, well, in his place to delay the release of my car. And I had been there all the way from 8 a.m. up until 5 p.m. and I was really very angry. So I went all the way back to the parking lot to retrieve my car, even without the certificate of release. And he comes up to me and an altercation ensues. Young man, I was very young and I regret this.
I don't know, so why are you saying young as if young is
I was very young man. Yeah, I'm coming.
It has nothing to do with young as no.
So young men take a lesson. Let me put it that way.
Leave the young alone.
Let them
Let
breathe.
the young breathe. Thing.
So I did something I shouldn't have. I actually hit him. And the man, his eyes rolled over and he just dropped. And spectators there were like, man, very nice move. Oh, yeah, just wait first. Don't go anywhere. Let him wake up first. What I'm saying is this. Be careful. You do not know who's out there with this or that that's wrong with them. And if you think that everybody's as healthy as you are, you want to engage them in anything physical or maybe even mentally exhausting.
Mental especially. And I'll say this because, yeah, as much as a lot of people are saying, oh, you shouldn't blame certain people. Yeah, they only harassed him. They didn't cause him any physical. But
mental is actually
forever say, I feel there's a conversation for another day. You know all those videos where you watch, you say one guy cheated on the babe, and then the babe broke his car, and then they're focusing on the babe for breaking the car as opposed to the heartbreak. That's another conversation. Let's not go there. But I will always say the mental is always stronger than the physical. If you dent somebody mentally, believe me, physically can recover faster than that.
So in the case, bringing it back to the case of Mohbad, I think that those could have been factors that perhaps also made his ailments worse.
Yes.
That I can understand where people are going to, or where people are coming from when they say that there's a responsibility to be placed on his record label boss, especially when there are videos of him being harassed out there.
Actually.
Those videos were heartbreaking, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I couldn't really understand why, in this day and age, where we expect that the music industry should have a level of corporate ethos,
Yes,
would actually
yes.
send out, let me use in quote, thugs to go harass somebody because you feel that your contract with them is being not being, you get what I mean,
yes.
adhered to.
Yeah.
So that broke my heart, and I'm very sad that he's passed. His music will forever remain something that, well, will remain among us, but it's just a sad situation, quite frankly. Yeah.
If you're looking at that way, maybe one way where we can get to some semblance of a finality is if we have medical reports. These prior medical reports. That's some way that you can get to understand, okay, what could actually have been the issue? What was in his system? Because, of course, there's a part of what he might have taken that might have exacerbated something that was inside him. Quite a number of things. But like you said, if the focus should be on the industry and how it takes care of its people and leaders and all of that, it needs to go past the music, because if there is no musician, there is no music.
Yes.
So the musician or whoever needs to be taken care of, especially in a case like this where it was quite obvious that there was something wrong for a while. There's some that just happens out of the blues. This one was obvious. So there's one people, who was the person yesterday that put something that I'll end it all by 9?
Oh,
Yes,
DJ KYs.
Yes.
For me, if you want to end it all, you don't give us
Excuse
time.
me, exactly. You're not going to give us a
That's
timeline.
what-
I thought that was
but
just
then-
attention
You
seeking.
still look into it. I feel like, I'm not saying that is the issue, but to be putting it at this kind of a time and they're giving us time, are you cloud chasing? But even at that, you should be checked on. Let's know what's up. But that's just that's how I see it.
Well, tell us what you think, all right? We would like to know. It's a sad story, it's a sad situation, but it's here, and we have to talk about it. Tell us your opinions. Use the hashtag Wakeupnigeriaontvc. We'll be back with more cherry stuff. Stay tuned. Welcome inside the kitchen for a Thursday, and the one in the house. Now, of course, I've got Grandpa here. No, Chef Grandpa. No, it's actually Greg. Well, he's also Chef Grandpa. Welcome, man. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is Chef Grandpa. What's this about?
Actually, it's a name that I got while in school, my university days now. So my roommate had to, I don't know what they saw in me that they gave me that name, because I always cook in the room, trying to feed everyone.
Okay, so you're Grandpa. Because we also have somebody.
Someone is waking up and is perceiving some aroma coming from somewhere.
It's Grandpa.
And that person is like, Grandpa, every time. Do you want to kill us? You're like,
Kill us with goodness.
do you understand? Like, man, I have to feed my stomach too,
So you like food. You've always liked food.
I've always liked food. Right?
And that's what you're doing. It's your passion. That's fantastic. It's art, if you ask me. I think being able to put together foods that taste good is a work of art. And that's what you're here to do today.
Yeah.
Today we're having Singapore stir-fried
noodles.
Singapore noodles. And of course you have all of that here. We'll show you all of this. I was telling you that we have somebody we call Grandpa as well. Why do we call Grandpa Grandpa? I don't know. Grandpa just has this very unique thing about him. Here on your screen, you can see already the ingredients, and here on our table, we have all of them. Very colorful. We've got from shrimp to onions to carrots, eggs, and this very beautiful star, the signature of the entire lot, our chicken breasts. They look so good. I feel like eating them just like that.
Yeah, like it looks so shiny and
wow, that's just beautiful.
perfect.
We've got onions. Could you tell us what spices we have in here?
Okay, we have, this is our salt.
Okay.
Salt, yeah. Then we have our sesame seed.
Oh, we're using sesame seeds.
Yeah,
Okay.
garnishing at the end.
Nice,
So it's
nice, nice.
something that's very, very rich in.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So we have our black pepper. We have a black
love black pepper,
Very
always.
nice. There's also white pepper and some other kinds of pepper, but I prefer the black one. It has this unique
Taste,
and it has
yes.
this glittering,
Yeah.
shining
Exactly.
stuff in it.
I might not be a chef, but I know that about black
Yeah.
pepper.
So that's it. So this is our curry.
Our curry.
Yeah, just a
Okay.
little of it.
Our Singapore noodles are
Also
ready.
known as vermicelli or rice sticks. you
So
know.
why Singapore noodles? Why the thin one? Why can we use any other kind?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for that particular recipe, Singapore noodles or vermicelli noodles, you actually use this.
Okay.
It's like tiny head strands. You know how all these Asian people make their dishes now. So they have this very, very. Their pasta is like their own kind of pasta is this Singapore noodles.
But it's always very soupy. They have so much inside of it.
There are different methods. You
okay.
understand? That's a different kind of kind of pasta they make. You understand? Unlike the Italians and the other Spanish people and French that make their pasta with the normal pasta we know,
Yeah,
tagliatelle,
pasta, yeah.
penny pasta, seashell pasta, farfalle pasta. So this one is basically like what the Asians like.
Oh, yeah. There's also shrimp. So what are we going to do with that?
We're going to stir fry this. We're going to just
Stir-fry
fry this and add it also while doing the other magical moments.
No, I think out of everything here, the magical thing is shrimp. Shrimp is always so magical. I love it. It's unfortunate. Does
What about
Mike,
this? Do you know what this is?
is that a radish? No. It is
Take a guess.
That's cabbage. It's
Yeah, the purple cabbage.
purple cabbage.
Yeah, and it's very, very healthy.
You almost embarrassed me there because I'm a botanist. If I hadn't known that one, they'll come and collect my certificates. But yeah, okay, I thought it was a radish at first, but that's a purple. Do we have that readily available in Nigeria?
Yeah, but it's on the high side.
Okay.
It's on the high side.
It's
because-
more expensive than the
Yeah,
regular
than the
one.
normal one. It's more
Okay.
expensive than the normal one.
All right,
It's more
so-
healthy though. So maybe that's why it's high in
Okay,
market
in
value.
Okay, all right, fine. So just run us through how we're going to start so that we don't lose you because we're going to go out and back in. But we're going to tell you what process we're going to start with just in case you miss it on visuals. So what are we going to start with exactly right
So
now?
basically, we're going to start with, I'm going to shred up my chicken breast.
Shred?
Yeah,
the
I'll
chicken.
shred it, shred my chicken breast. I'll grate my Scotch bonnet pepper.
Okay.
Shred up my onions.
Okay.
Have a little, I'll shred up my purple cabbage.
Cabbage.
You understand? So when I start with that, then I'll now go to the process of the frying of the veggies and the protein, sorry.
Okay.
I'll start my frying of my chicken breast, my prawns,
Okay.
my shrimp, sorry. Then I'll beat my egg, make it
Oh, yeah,
scrambled.
then there's eggs. So
I'm
that's
going to fry it in a scrambled way.
scrambled
Yeah,
eggs.
not normal plain egg or omelet or sunny
But it's
side.
not going in the stir fry, is it?
It's going to go in when the food is...
When it's ready.
Yeah,
so it's just
when the
part of it.
process is has started
Alright.
completely.
So we're giving you a roundabout idea of how it's going to start and what we're about to do. So we're going to let Chef Grandpa, or Greg here, get started already with our Singapore noodles, which is what we're having today. As the show commences or goes on, we're going to show you the ingredients so you don't fall by the wayside. Everything here is easily obtainable from your local grocery store or Mile 12 markets, if you know where that is. Any place, anytime. This takes how long to put together?
Basically, it's not, let me say, give or take, let me say 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
45
So
minutes.
you can always
Because
just put it
even
together
the
for
rice noodles, the rice noodle itself is just 3 to 5 minutes.
And on the hot plate. Okay.
Yeah, no, you don't even need to put it on hot plate. Once you have your water boiled already to 100 degrees, then you just immerse it in your water
Nice.
and you leave it for 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
After that 3 to 5 minutes, then you sieve it out. You rinse it out with cold water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it won't boil. It won't continue the boiling process while it's in that water. Yeah,
Alright.
so rinse that. I know it's very, very, should I say it's fragile.
Yeah,
So
it is fragile.
Any small
And it-
excess
yeah.
heat.
I like eating it raw.
It's
It's like a bacha.
get very soggy. Yeah, that's African salad, I used to call
Exactly.
it.
Tell you guys what, let's already get started. But while we are starting, let's move over to the couch where Mike and Winfrey are ready to let you guys know what's happening inside of the dailies today.
I don't know where you see Winfrey. It's because of that promise you have to keep. So the thing is bothering you. Keep your promise, Mazino. She's coming to First Stack next week. All right. But yeah, it's not newspaper review. I have quite an interesting discussion coming right up. We have Mrs. Iyabogun. Now, she's a director at Learn First Skills and Education. It is great to have you, ma'am. You are welcome.
Good morning. Thanks for having me here.
Very welcome. We're here to talk about Learn First and what Learn First does. But just before we talk about Learn First, let's get to meet you. Let's know who you are. Talk to us a bit about, your background in education, as it were.
Okay, I'm an experienced geologist. I worked for Chevron and retired after 32 years as the manager, reservoir management and organizational capability, in charge of training, developing, designing, and monitoring and organizing all the technical training for petroleum engineers and earth scientists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where did the passion for education, how did it come, where did it come in?
For education, because education is important, especially by the time I retired in that role, I realized that you can be educated, right? And you need more learning even after you think you're educated. And also about skills acquisition, right? You can have education, you can learn, but if you don't have some inherent skills, and some people don't understand that they do have the skills, talents, right? And I got passionate about that, seeing all our youths, even the graduates, even the ones that don't have opportunities, and the one we put as dropouts, right? And they're just roaming the streets. And I think we should be able to do something in every little way, in our little corners, how to educate, bring out the inherent talents in these ones, and also look for a way that you can develop it after you identify it, and you should also try to understand that whatever it is, we have challenge of socioeconomic problems in this country. How do we help? How can we help? How can it be solved?
And that is where Learn First comes in. Let's talk
Yes.
about Learn First. How do you solve these socioeconomic challenges and problems?
Okay, in Learn First, we try to identify, we encourage them by bringing in these children. You know, some of them can't approach you. So there's the skills camp program that was put out there, and we started all this. The planning has been on since 2019, but it's actually kicked off in August this year. And it's amazing how students came into the place inquiring about what they can learn, and some don't even understand what they can learn, and they're educated, right? And we also had graduates who graduated in sociology, physiology, psychology, that they cannot even be employed.
Yeah, they're thinking, what do I do with the degree that
What do I do? Exactly. What do I do with this degree? What can I achieve with this degree? So we give them some counseling session that degree is just about you being educated, right? What you can do with it now depends on what talent, what skills do you think you have, what transferable skills, and how effective are those skills? Can it bring you some skills without generating finances in this day and age is no skills,
is no
right?
skill. Wonderful. Who are the people that are eligible to be a part of Learn First? What is the mode of?
Everybody is eligible because we give scholarships.
Okay.
Yes, and we collaborate. People have really been interested, especially when they visited the website and they were able to see what.
Is there any minimum requirement?
You don't have to even be able to read and write, because I'll give you an example. A boy walked in and said, "Oh, I was not sent to school, right? But I understand." I said, "You were not sent to school, but you were with a phone. So how do you understand using the phone?" And he said, "Oh, my friends explained to me."
So that means that you have a basic level of comprehension. You can
Exactly. So comprehension is very key, right? And communication. He was able to communicate, and I said, "Okay, what are you interested in?" And he said, which is one of the things that we offer also at Learn First, right? Barbing. And then I said, "Why?" He said, "It's something that he can see and learn, and that it brings money fast." So you can now see the generation, the youth of this generation. They want it fast, they want it smart, and they want to be able to have financial power, right? So when I was able to get that out of him, right? And I said, "What are you doing now?" He said, "Oh, he helps his mom in the marketplace. So are you interested?" He said, "Yes." "Okay." And then he now said, "I have another friend who is interested," right? So I said, "Bring your friend." And I was able to communicate with them, right? We talked, right? And I explained it to them, and I said they must have self-discipline, they must have a drive, and they must have passion to do it.
Okay, so we have different courses in Learn First.
Yes.
Is there a duration?
Yes, a duration of time, which is good.
People graduate, how do they,
that is very important in this educational sector that we have, right? We have people going to universities, graduating after 4 or 5 years, no job, right? Then Learn First is all about acquiring skills, quality skills, and that is impactful, right? And that is what Learn First is all about. And timeliness, right? Look at the artisans now. I'm sure in this country, I approached some of these older men, the welders, the carpenters, you know, and all these people. And they said they don't even have these young people coming to learn, especially when their parents cannot afford it, right? They put them in these places in the old past. They bring them now because there are so many parents that they cannot really afford to educate their children. And within a week or two, the children stopped coming. And the only thing I was able to learn from this land force when I met with some of these youths was that they wanted something. They cannot go and learn how to be a welder for 3 years. They're not interested. Fast, and they're smart. Some of them are street smart.
All right, ma'am.
And so when they are street smart like that, you'll be surprised.
Take advantage of it and use it.
Yes.
Thank
so
you
that
so
was
much.
what I did.
Thank you so much.
And
I wish we had more time.
4 weeks, 2
Okay.
weeks, they were able to learn.
Pick it up.
Yes.
Right, I wish we had more time, but let's round up with this. Let's just get the website so that, you know,
Yes.
I guess people can get information from
Yes, yeah. Okay, learn first, all lowercase, .com.ng.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I will visit the site because I'm quite interested.
And I would also like to thank all those people that have collaborated with us, that have sponsored us, and just give me
we don't have time.
Yes.
We will do that. We'll do that later. Yes.
Okay.
But you know, people can get all the information on your website.
Yes, on the website.
On the
You
website.
see everything.
That's
you need
it
to
there
know.
on the website.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. It's been a wonderful time, and now stay with us. We'll take a time out now. We will be back with more.
Welcome back. You're still watching your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. And of course, it's a beautiful Thursday. And you know, Thursdays, we like to do it artsy. And right now, on the couch with me, I have Adora. She is definitely here. She is a self-taught, multidisciplinary media and visual artist with remarkable talents for creating visually compelling and emotionally evocative works of arts. Adora Richards, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, so I think I have a special thing for people that are artsy, and more. I feel people that are artsy are more in touch with the spirit world. Okay, no, I don't mean it that way. I mean like they're more in tune.
No, it's good to mean it that way. It's okay.
It's totally
Yeah,
right. So
it's
now
okay,
tell me,
totally.
what was your introduction into arts, and when did you find out that you had this thing for arts?
So I have always loved the art. Growing up, I still remember my little swirls with crayon and all as a child. But I know that my secondary school was a very solid foundation. My art teacher, Lillian Iwu, she was a very solid foundation. Yeah.
Nice.
I remember. It was a very solid foundation for me. Even though I didn't take it in my WAEC, and I really wanted to, but African parents.
African parents, right? You wanted to take what, science?
Of course. I'm a microbiologist. My first degree anyway.
Nice.
But I stopped doing art after secondary school because that was what I was studying in university. So all through my university, I didn't do art up until 2020.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I went back into the art, the pandemic and all. Honestly, I was going crazy, and so it was like, it was like my solace, my safe space, therapy, and I started exploring art as therapy and all that, and that was what birthed my career as an art therapist.
Really? Amazing. So you're an arts therapist?
Yes, I am.
Oh, amazing. So now tell me, what is the idea behind being an arts therapist?
So basically it's to help people work out their emotions using the art. So some things cannot be said with words, but they can be said with colors. They can be said with shapes and forms and different things. So I talk my clients through the process of creating their art. And at the end of the session, the art you've created is a representation of that emotion you're trying to process. So every time, anger, happiness, whatever, every time you see that painting, it reminds you the reason you did this.
You did that.
And it makes you stay in that good space of knowing that.
Good space, because sometimes I see things like that, right? Where I know recently I've been actually planning. I've been coming across a lot of arts and different ways of expressions and all of that. And then I think one time I came across a group of people that actually painted different things. So the same thing you're talking about, trying to express themselves on paper. And then some people literally paint some dark figures, and also you call that happy space. Can you still categorize it?
Okay,
And then
yes.
when that happens, what happens next?
Okay, it's a good space.
Okay.
Because you've been able to process that emotion. When you haven't processed it, it's a lot to deal with. It's just internalized. You haven't expressed it. But the fact that you've expressed it makes you realize that, okay, this is an emotion that I can actually walk through. I know that I haven't walked through totally, but with time, I'm going to, so it's not like a huge burden for you anymore.
Oh, okay.
And you see your painting every day, you remember, and it's a continuous process anyway, yeah.
Okay, amazing. Now, tell me about the type of art that you create.
So for all my commission paintings, I make my art based off of my emotions, or based off of the emotion I discuss with whoever wants me to make art for them.
Okay.
Example, if you want me to make an art, we have a conversation about it. Whatever I feel from the story you're telling me, from the situation, whatever, that's what I make for you.
So in that point, you're probably like a channel. So they channel that thing through you.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Is that not scary, being that open and vulnerable to other people and the way they feel?
Yes,
oh,
it
wow.
is.
So what
It
would you
is.
say is, because I know there are different media arts, right?
Yeah.
So now what would you say, what materials, what tools you work with? I notice your arts are really colorful, like what we have on the screen there.
Yes, yes.
And I mean, what is that? Now that blue one, what is that expression?
It's acrylic.
Acrylic. Oh, okay.
But I also use mixed media. I can totally use anything. Sometimes I get my colors from basically plants.
Plants?
Yes,
Okay.
from flowers. I take the pigmentations from them. But most of the time it's acrylic color. But I try to use eco-friendly colors, so it's not like toxic to the environment and all.
Okay.
And even for my exhibition this weekend, most of the art that I've done are acrylic art and just a few more other traditional mediums that are attached to it.
Okay, so now tell me about the exhibition you spoke about.
So the exhibition this Saturday is called Golden Hour, and it's a fusion of art, fashion, and photography.
Oh, nice.
So basically, we are using models 50 years and above.
Ooh,
If I could mention some of their names, we have Ireti Doyle, we have Ifoma Fafunwa, Joseph Edgar, Kepi Ekpenyo, and the legendary Kelechi Amadobi, the photographer. So these people will be walking our runway, and then very bright young designers have made exquisite outfits that they are going to wear. Yeah, and the paintings I'm making are taught from the emotions surrounding the Golden Hour. Golden Hour is a means for me to tell the senior citizens that, now I'm not saying they're old or anything, but but tell them that we want them back in the creative space.
Yeah.
I grew up knowing that, just knowing that my dad used to DJ. Yeah. So I didn't know the DJ part of him. I only knew the accountant. I really wish I could have known the DJ before he died.
Expressive part of him. And I totally understand that. I think it's brilliant what you're doing, because, I mean, it's different, right?
Yeah.
We know fashion shows from all over. I mean, Lagos, I'm sure you know a lot of people into fashion, but then fashion for the cater of people, I think it's amazing, because, as you said, it's not enough for you to just grow and get to a certain age and then just stop because
your art.
you feel just waiting and all of that. It's good to actually see them in the space, see them fashionable, see them expressive as models and as like in different fields you're doing.
Exactly.
So where is this going to be?
It's going to be at Idozi Collective in VI, 114 Akiogun Street.
Oh, amazing. I wish I could actually be a part of that. Saturday?
You have a ticket.
I have a ticket.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, nice. All right. So Saturday, right?
Yes, Saturday.
Okay, nice. Amazing.
11 a.m.
Heard it? 11 a.m. Amazing. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, so I wish there was more time to go over this sadly now. But then again, we have an event on Saturday, 11 a.m. Yeah. So make sure you're there, right, to be a part of, I mean, arts, fashion, and beautiful things. All right? Mazino is standing by in the kitchen. They've not started cooking. People eat raw food today.
Hey, I and Grandpa are still hard at work. I have whisked the eggs. He is boiling water.
We're about to start our magic now.
Yes, indeed. The magic is about to begin.
So just going to season the protein. So I'm going to season with my black pepper and my salt. That's all.
So while you were away,
black pepper.
Greg made sure that the chicken breast was well cut into minced pieces. Now the seasoning process has begun. That's black pepper.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it goes into the egg as well.
Too, yeah.
Okay.
Then a little into my shrimps.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. What next?
Then I'm going to add my salt.
Bit of salt.
Just little.
Okay. How do you know how much salt to put?
That I have the small spoon, so you get. So I measure it per.
Oh, okay.
The whole length of the whole spoon. Do you understand?
Okay, okay.
So just something small.
All right.
Then for this, just something small. Yep. So I'm done with all that. So I'm gonna
mash it up while I help whisk this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's the only thing I can do.
Let
me put
you're
it
doing
out.
something now, you know.
Yeah. So I see that we're boiling water. That's for the.
Yeah, for the Singapore noodles. For the vermicelli.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
And we have a pan out.
Yes. I want to start the.
Stir frying process?
No. The veggies, the protein process, like to fry the proteins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So to fry, what are we using? Oil or butter?
I'm gonna use some oil.
Oil. Okay. There's our oil. Let's put some oil out there.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Good vegetable or what now? Anyone?
Vegetable oil.
Vegetable
oil. You could use butter, salted butter, unsalted butter. So it depends on your choice.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm going to start with my egg, basically. So
Okay.
let's turn on the
All right. Let me help you. Yes. We are about to begin. Let me take out that water because water is responsible for that, and I don't like it. Let me stand on this side so that in case.
You know, hard guy now. So if you can,
I'm not hard guy inside kitchen. I beg. I'm no hard
Oil
guy
will
there.
humble you, man.
All right. So that's the oil there.
Yep.
All righty.
Right. Yep. So
let's get started with that one already. Oh, we have to make sure that it's
Make
hot
sure it's hot,
first. So
you
we
know.
can't just put it on there, unfortunately. Oh, I was hoping that we were going to see that action as it goes on. So unfortunately, we can't sit down until the pan is absolutely hot. Well, not to worry. Just calm down. We are getting everything
man,
done
everything is gonna-
to precision. So we can't rush art. And it's a Thursday. It's actually Thursday. So don't worry. I hear somebody say that.
As science students, we take our time to make sure magic comes out at the end.
Thank
That's the
you.
beauty of science.
Don't rush the magic.
Don't rush the
Don't
process.
rush it. I can hear the director say that we're not cooking. This is magic.
called
It's not
magic, you know.
cooking. It's magic.
Sometimes when you watch those white people cooking, you're like, what are these people doing? What are they doing? At the end, you just see something nice.
Yeah.
See your plating coming out good. You're like, That's
So
it.
be patient with us. Be patient.
You
Don't
get-
worry.
when
Magic is
While
unfolding.
growing up, I'm like, you're always in the room every time. Do you think it's only ladies that know how to cook? You have to learn how to cook.
No.
She'll just come, I'll just stir maybe
Boom,
she's
boom,
frying
boom.
this, then I'll just take 1 minute and run away, and that's all. You get, so from then, I started picking up. Then when I got into tertiary institution, I had to like, man, life is hard. So I start buying food. How will I cope? Do you understand? I was just, sister, how can I do it? How can I do it? But before you know, I've started mastering things. Every weekend, I go to the market, buy tomatoes, buy these, preparing. Man, it was nice.
I can imagine, man. All right, is that hot enough yet?
Yeah, this is fine.
Fantastic. Now,
Fine.
let's do the oil process now.
Yeah, so we just had a little.
Just a little bit. Okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right. So this is for the egg, yeah?
Yeah, just for the egg, yeah.
Alrighty.
Just a little.
Remember now we added some black pepper and salt into our egg. And let me pass it on to our chef, Greg here, who's about to create our first piece of magic.
Secret magic. Voila.
Right, we have begun. The ball is afoot. The game is on inside the kitchen here. So you guys just hang in there. We'll let you guys know step by step every single process. We'll be back. This is Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you for staying with us. Very interesting conversation right there with Item. I hope I got that right. Okay, so we have right now with us two very special guests, right? Two very special queens, I must say. Now we have the winner and the first runner-up of the 2023 Beauty of Africa International Beauty Pageants, Duru Esther Chidera and Chidima Obasi. How are you both doing, queens?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine.
You're doing okay. You're doing fine.
Yes.
Chidima, how are you doing today?
I'm very fine, thank you.
All right, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you.
So now the first question, how does it feel having that crown placed nicely on your head?
It feels good, but I know it's a big responsibility, and I'm honored to be carrying this responsibility, and I hope I use this to create the necessary changes in the society.
All right, amazing. Chidima, what about you?
It feels so good. It's like the result of my hard work, everything I've put in, because it's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time
coming.
Let's talk about that, right? So we were in a pageant together.
Yes.
That was when?
2017.
2017.
Yes.
That was the MBGN, right? Yes. And I mean, it was a serious competition. And to think that how many years after you're still in the game now, what would you say has kept you doing this back to back? Because pageantry can be frustrating, guys. Pageantry can be frustrating. So what would you say has kept you in the game all this while?
I think it's actually the vision. I had a dream and I had a goal. So the goal kept me pushing.
Okay.
I knew that there was a place, or there is a place I wanted to be when it comes to the industry, and the passion to achieve more kept me going.
Kept you going.
Yes,
Amazing.
yes.
So Queen, what about you? So since your crowning, that was what, on Friday?
Yes.
How has it been? What has the feeling been like? What has changed?
Okay, it's been very busy for me, and it's just a new beginning for me, carrying this crown and in my heart and in my head too. Yeah, so now I know I'm a new person. I have responsibilities. I have people I have to lead.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
It feels good. So now tell me, why did you decide, is this your first pageant, first of all?
No, my second pageant.
Your second, which was the first one?
Miss Nigeria.
Okay, so now with this, why did you decide to actually participate in the Beauty of Africa International Pageant?
Okay, Beauty of Africa International Pageant correlates with my values in advocacy, because we have a theme called Value All Women, which is basically valuing all women, despite her background, her body type, wherever she is or wherever she's coming from. You have to value her and give her the opportunity to fly as high as she should. And my advocacy is basically about giving women a voice, encouraging them to speak up and be a better version of themselves.
All right, amazing. So Chidima, over to you. Now, I know you've actually been involved in a whole lot of projects, right? Right from time, even before, like way before, like since 2012.
Yes.
Now, tell me, run me through briefly, right, about what your projects have been like.
Okay, so in 2012, I was motivated. You know, I lost my parents very early in life. So in 2012, I was motivated to carry out a project on viscovaginal fistula, VVF. I was interested in knowing what, causes viscovaginal fistula. Then I realized that when I carried out that project, a lot of people, because of some social issues and all that, some persons were like in my shoes then. They lost their parents early and they felt like, oh, marriage is the way out. And they didn't even care to know if these girls were ready or mature enough to get married and all that. So that was why I decided to carry out that project. I went to different local governments in my state then, Ebonyi State. I did that project. I was able to, organize key acquisition programs for a lot of women then. Yes.
All right, amazing. Now, Queen, over to you. Now, what was the experience for you like competing at the BAIP?
It was good. I got to learn so many things. I came prepared, but then it's just very new with Mr. Smart, our chaperone, Miss B. She was really amazing. And yeah, she gets to push us, beyond our limits and to be a better person, to be able to, they want to know if you're ready.
If you're ready. And you definitely proved that.
Yeah, I conquered.
I mean, so what was it like having other contestants, the task on camp, stage performance? When they called your name, what was it? What did you hear? When they called your stage, what was that feeling like?
Okay, firstly, with the girls, it was amazing. I got to bond with so many of them, if not all of them. We got to share our experiences and, be together like sisters. And as for the winning, when they called my name, I was surprised. It was like a very good feeling, and that's a night I would never forget in my entire life. And it felt so good, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is my reward. I've worked so hard for this. I deserve to have it, yes.
Oh, okay, amazing. Now, actually, my hearing her say she deserves to have it. What do you feel? How do you feel about it?
Honestly speaking, when we came to camp, let's just be honest, every girl, when you want to come to camp, you just try to know your competition. You try to know your competition. So when we came to camp, I mean, every girl in camp, they were all amazing, but I had to look, I told myself, who's going to stand between me and this crown? And honestly, I told her, I kept on seeing ourselves at the top too. So in my mind, I was already prepared. I told myself, it's either me or her. So when they called, I was actually excited for her. I was happy, yes. I was very happy.
Amazing. Okay, so now, I mean, the BAIP competition is over, but then again, you guys are going on to represent Nigeria at international pageants. So what pageants are you going for?
It's not been concluded yet.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not out of the bag yet.
Yeah,
but
okay.
when it's out of the bag, everybody will get
Everybody,
it.
I know the BAIP competition. I know they have several international franchises, like 6 of them, and all of that. And I mean, it was amazing. Oh, I actually did play host to this particular one, and it was a very interesting experience as well. So I think we can see a video of that. I think when we were right there in Badagry, the competition actually happened in Badagry, celebrating culture and tourism. And that was me in the middle. Yay! And both of them holding hands. It was actually a really, really amazing and interesting moment. Standing there with, I mean, there were a lot of amazing girls out there. And I think the BAIP competition and pageant organizers are actually doing a really good job.
Yes,
having to crown about 5 or 6 girls that night, right? All to represent Nigeria internationally. I think it's a very brilliant initiative. So now, in that moment, now what was literally going through your minds? Tell me.
Okay, for me, okay, I think I just made peace with myself that if she had won, I would still like really be happy for her because she's really worked hard for it, and I think we put in like the same amount of effort. So I had no problem with her winning. I was like, okay, I'm ready to give it to her if she, she deserves it. So.
Okay, so now usually during pageants, right, of course there are usually contestants, rivalry. I know if I ask people, people say there's nothing like that on that. So it's fine. And even after the competition, a lot of people say, oh, this one was this, and that one was this, or this one's meant to be that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So was that any of that during this or after when you won? Did you feel any of that type of energy from the other contestants?
Not really. I think everyone knew both of us deserves to be here. So I don't know if, but I think they knew. So I think there was nothing like that.
There was nothing like that. Okay, amazing. Okay, so now it is here. It is done. We have PEP projects going forward. So now, what are the active plans towards the PEP project, and what PEP projects are we actively getting involved with, Chidima?
Okay, so I'll continue my advocacy on gender equity. I think I have a lot of schools to still cover when it comes to Abuja and in my state, because they say charity begins at home. Right. So I want to go back to my state. What I started, I want to continue, and I want to empower more women, especially when it comes to skill acquisition. I want them to understand that it's not about having a formal education alone. You can acquire skills and become the better version of yourself.
Amazing. On Camp Queen, aside being the crown, you also won a number of awards. What awards were those?
Best in dinner gown, and I also won best in social media.
So how were those? Okay, of course, dinner gown was actually there. Your dress was actually really beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm saying social media engagement, but you won Miss Intellect.
Yeah.
Tell me, why do you think that happened? Because even then, the crowd literally, when we asked them, who do you think deserves it, they actually said it was you. So why do you think that happened?
I think a lot of people don't know this. Like, it's been long. I'm a very intelligent person. I'm a very, very intelligent person. Right from, university days, before my result comes out, everybody's already like, Chidima, you don't need to check your result. You already know that you're making all A's. And it's like a result, a proof that hard work works. Or pays off, because I actually prepared. Like, I told myself, I'm not just coming to win the crown. I'm coming to let people understand that this has to do with like beauty and intelligence. A lot of people think beauty pageant is just all about the glam, the glamour. Oh, she's just pretty. She won because she's pretty, but I proved them wrong.
You definitely did prove that. I think, yes, of course, because I was definitely going to touch on that. A lot of times, I mean, you talk about beauty pageants, a lot of people think, oh, it's just about coming, looking pretty, wearing a nice dress, and all of that. But then again, we love to see queens that literally have substance and literally know what you're talking about, and of course, impact. Talk about the projects you're going on. Normal people, to be honest, don't do this. Even some organizations that they don't do things that actually do. But I think so what would you say right now if I was to ask you, Queen? What would you say is the biggest vice in the pageant industry? What would you say it is?
I would say is, okay, like me, when I won, there were lots of comments like, okay, because she's pretty, because she's light-skinned. I was like, what? What are you guys talking about? Like, I've worked hard to be here, and I deserve to win. So me being whatever is just a plus for me.
So the trolls came for you?
Yeah, they came for me back to back.
I think they always come for, I don't know why. It's just a thing. Anybody that wins, they actually come
they come for them. But I didn't feel bad because I was like, okay, I know you guys are not saying the truth because I know who I am and myself. So I think they need to really take it easy on the queens because everybody, I don't think they would want to hand over a crown to someone that don't deserve it, no matter who they are. And, you know, I've worked hard for it. So underestimating my effort is like an insult to me. So,
Okay, so that for you would be the best. So, Shunma, for you, what do you think major, the biggest, if you could change something about the pageant industry, what would that be?
I would love to change the fact that no one is deserving of the crown.
Okay.
I want everyone to understand that everyone deserves the crown. We all put in equal amounts of effort, but not all of us can get the crown. So I would want everyone to just support. Anyone that wins, support. No need to throw or anything. No need to see anyone's winning in the negative. Because we put in equal amounts of effort. Everyone came prepared, and just one person can get the crown. So I would love people to really support us more, support the winner more, irrespective of who the winner is. Because the organization are intelligent and wise enough to crown someone deserving of the crown.
Very true. I mean, that is actually very well said. However, I'll say this. This is the fact that, yes, we actually agree that, yes, certain organizations, do their bits and make sure that the deserving person actually wins and everyone deserves to win. But there are some organizations that actually don't necessarily make it easy. Do you understand? Because, see, this pageant industry, I honestly believe, is an industry that a whole lot of things can happen. It has so much potential. But we still have bad eggs.
Spoiling
catch them very, very soon. So now what next for you guys? What are you guys doing now?
Okay, so for me, it's my advocacy and trying to do what I said I was going to do. So like action now for me. My advocacy, which is called Finding Lost Voices. I hope to help as many people as possible, you know, people that have lost their voices due to abuse or fear from society, fear of judgment. I want to help them find their voices back and find their purpose, becoming a better version for themselves.
So you actually are into the hospitality business?
Yes, I studied hospitality and tourism.
Hospitality and tourism, and that's actually very good. And I think it kind of plays into
because,
you being a,
you know, customer service and
and besides that, even I mean, pageantry is also a form of tourism, or a part of tourism.
Yes.
So that's good. All right, I wish we had a lot of time. Okay, so one more. But let me ask. So Chidima, so aside your project, what else are you into?
Okay, so aside my project, for me it's still actually my project, but aside that, I'll continue, you know, I work in a bank. So I believe that working in a bank is also a way of building myself. I believe I still have more work to do, though, because we get better every day. So I'll still continue my job as a banker, then still focus on that project, because the project is the reason why I'm here today.
Very, very true and very, very important. I think it's actually really nice. Definitely amazing talking to both of you. Congratulations once again, and I wish you all the very best. I love hardworking, dedicated and focused queens. They are all graduates, they are all workers, and they still have you people in. Thank you so much. So we still have Mazzino in the kitchen. We're not sure what is doing. Have you started now?
He likes company.
Yes.
And it's your company?
Oh, go away. In any case, Chef Greg.
Oh, Mazzino, the beautiful one.
Thank you. The beautiful game.
Give
Back
it
to you.
Mazina.
Whatever, guys. Food. Let's talk about what I and Grandpa. His name is Chef Grandpa. Yeah, we have toiled so hard to make what we have here for you guys. It's Singaporean noodles, and it's very delicious. I saw the entire process, and I assure you, it's fantastic. So, Chef Grandpa, please let us know exactly what we'll be having. You can bring it to us. You can take that off.
So this is one of my special recipes. Singapore noodles, you know, garnished with purple cabbage, we have our chicken breast, we have our shrimps, we have our green bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, bell pepper, scrambled eggs, then we have our carrot also, you understand? So this is something that I don't know where to say again, but it's...
You've tried, that's all I'll say. You did a whole lot.
The texture looks really good. I like the fact that the strands are singular.
Yeah.
As usually
fantastic. Listen,
mashed up.
Winfrey, let's hear from our queens. What do you guys think?
It's so amazing. The presentation is so nice, and the taste is really amazing. I love the shrimps. Very nice.
Fantastic. Well, hey, There you guys have it.
Okay, coming to this show, I was not expecting to eat. Okay, because I love food, and this is really, really good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Fantastic. Oh, that's good.
I'm happy that you're happy.
Grandpa, you've done it again. Thank you very much.
And we have Mike with the pot.
Mike, please.
Chase
now.
Mike. He's building his tricep.
Thank you guys for staying with us. It was an amazing show. At Thursday, we will be here tomorrow, Friday, so make sure you keep it locked because tomorrow is game day. Bye.
Finish this thing.